Hello everyone, this is Sharpedo43 once again, bringing you all another Wi-Fi battle. My opponent for this battle is going to be Teslamouse once again, and this is going to be an OU battle. I'm going to be using a completely different team now, however, and it's going to consist of Mega Diancie at the very least, because I haven't gotten to use Mega Diancie quite effectively. I know I used the team with Mega Diancie and or a team with Mega Diancie against Deluxe Banana and Papacy, but it didn't really get to do much, honestly. So yeah, I'm gonna use this team, and I did change the team that had Mega Diancie in it with some other stuff as well, just cause I wanted to see how it worked. I like the composition of the team, so I figured, you know what, let's try it out. And I figured, why not battle Teslamouse, who is one of the finest of battlers, who can definitely give me an idea if whether or not this team that I made is actually good or not. So of course I'm gonna actually try to battle him for it, see how it turns out. How bad is the team if it's bad, and if it's good, how good is it? So anyways, here we go. This is going to be the battle. I'm going to lead off with Nihilego. He's going to lead off with Tapu Koko. And I'm going to predict him to switch out into Landorus T to take a Sludge Wave, and he doesn't. So now he's going to go for the U-turn. Thankfully he didn't go for Thunderbolt, because if he went for Thunderbolt I might have been in a bit of a pickle. But yeah, he goes for U-turn, and now he's going to go into Vengeance, which is a Victini. So yeah. And here I'm going to be switching out, because I honestly don't want to risk this thing just surviving a power gem and then... Well, actually I'm locked in the hidden power ice, so I don't even know what I'm talking about, honestly. I'm going to switch into Swampert though, and he's going to go for U-turn. I thought he was going to go for the Z Celebrate straight up and go for game, but he actually didn't. He actually went for U-turn, went into Raikou, which is the Mega Manetric. Now, because he switched this thing in, I was like, you know what, let's switch into Micro Weapon and see if this thing actually is Hidden Power Grass. Not that I would be able to know, because Rotom-H resists Hidden Power Ice and Grass anyways, so... But because he switched it in on my Swampert, I was kind of convinced that it was definitely Hidden Power Grass. And if so, that's actually good for my Rotom-H, because this Rotom-H can definitely cover a lot of Mega Manetric set, if not its entire set, honestly. So, yeah. Here, I think here what I do is go for Overheat. He's gonna Volt Switch though, which I kind of wasn't, well, I don't know. I think I was expecting him to go for it, but I just went for Overheat anyways, because on the off chance he wants to go into Landorus T. So as a result, I went for Overheat right here. But he just goes into Victini, so I was like, okay. Now, because I'm at -2 though, I did think that maybe now he'll want to go into Landorus T. So I figured, you know what, let's just go for the Toxic now. Because if I can get the Toxic on the Landorus T, that would actually be really, really nice. And if he stays in and tries to go for Z Celebrate, then I'd actually be putting that thing on a timer at the very least. So I didn't feel like I'd lose anything by going for Toxic, honestly. So I do go for Toxic right here. And now this thing is poisoned, which is excellent. And now here I believe I'm going to now switch into Nihilego, just to see if he has a Hidden Power Ice, I think. I think this switch was risky though, because honestly, what if you just went for Stone Edge or something? I would have probably lost Nihilego here. But yeah, here as you can see, I'm going to... Never mind, not Nihilego, freaking Swampert. What the hell was I thinking? Nihilego? On a freaking Landorus T? Okay. I switch in Swampert, not Nihilego. And he's going to go for U-turn now with Landorus T. And he's going to go into Slice and Dice, which is this mon that actually gives me a lot of problems, not going to lie. And I stay in because I do not want this thing to set up a Swords Dance, KO my Swampert, and then get a speed boost like he does right here. So I just let him KO me, which sucks. But I mean, it's better than him having set up Swords Dance already, honestly. So what I'm going to do here is send in Rotom, threaten him to overheat him. But I actually just go for Volt Switch because I didn't think... I don't know. I felt like I would be at a disadvantage if I tried going for overheat. So I just went for Volt Switch right here. And then here after that, I go into, I believe, Nihilego. No, Goldeneye. I go into Goldeneye so I can actually threaten to go for a Leaf Blade on him. And if he switches out, I go for U-turn, which is what I'm going to anticipate right here. I'm going to anticipate a switch, and he's going to go into Grand Soil, which is the Landorus T, and I'm just going to go for U-turn, because I had a feeling he would just switch out. I don't think he want to take a Leaf Blade from the Decidueye, honestly. So he is going to switch out, and I'm going to go into... I think now is where I go into Nihilego, actually. Yeah, here I go into Nihilego, because this was a pivot, not a switch in. And I wanted to see if he'd actually get scared out to switch into something else, like maybe Victini or something. Because this Nihilego is actually Choice Scar, so if he catches me going for Hidden Power Ice again, he would just be able to take me out. But I do double switch here back into Rotom-H to see if he actually does care switch out, but he doesn't. He just stays in and goes for Earthquake, which is actually really good, because had I just stayed in and not be able to KO this Landorus T with Hidden Power Ice, I would have just gotten an Earthquake and lost Nihilego, honestly. So here I'm just going to hard switch into the Decidueye again, in case he wants to set up Stealth Rocks, because he hasn't gone for it yet, but I feel like now he maybe wants to go for it, and he does go for it. So now what I'm going to do with this Decidueye now is actually go for the Defog. He's definitely going to have to switch out at some point, because the Toxic is ranking up at this point. So yeah, he's going to go for the U-turn right here, and actually pivot into what I believe is the Mega Manectric. Yeah, he goes into Raikou, which is the Mega Manectric. And what I'm going to do is obviously go for Defog, like I said. Just to get rid of the rocks, because my Rotom-H seems to put in a lot of work against this guy's team, because he has 2 electric types that resist. He has Tapu Fini, but that thing is actually kind of slow and can just get pivot out with Volt Switch, so I still have an advantage over it to an extent, honestly. So yeah, now here I switch out the Decidueye, because here I was actually putting a 50-50 as to whether or not he was going to go for Flamethrower, and he actually does here, so I'm actually Gucci there. Thankfully, he did not go for Volt Switch, which was the other possible option, honestly, because they would have given him momentum, honestly. So here I'm going to switch into Rotom-H. And I think here is where I decide to go for Volt Switch, because I figured he's going to go for Volt Switch. But I kind of had a feeling he wouldn't want to send in Landorus T just yet, because it's poisoned. But he's actually going to send it in anyway, so I was like, okay. So this Volt Switch is not going to do anything to it, but it's still going to take a turn of poison, because he switched it in on a pivot in the same turn. So as a result, now here I think I'm just going to hard switch back into Goldeneye, yeah, which is my Decidueye, in case he wants to just go straight back for the Stealth Rocks, because at this point there's nothing for him to, like, he's got nothing to lose if he doesn't go, if he goes for it, honestly. And he does go for it, but I'm just going to send in Decidueye and just go for the Defog again, because like I said, I do not want these rocks up, because my Rotom-H is pressuring this team quite well, in my opinion, that if it gets weakened down by the rocks, it's just going to mess a lot of things up, obviously. And he still has that Kartana, which I think Rotom can also take a hit or two of it, especially because I think that Kartana that he has is the timid one, which allows it to get speed boost by Beast Boost. But yeah, but I needed to keep the rocks out so that my Rotom doesn't take any damage and can take hits better. But yeah, here he goes into Manectric again on the U-turn, and I'm going to this time stay in and go for a U-turn to see what he wants to switch into. And he goes back into Landorus T, which is like whatever to me, honestly. I'm just gonna go for another U-turn, thankfully. And I think here's where I decide to go into Nihilego once again, and this time actually just finish it off with a Power Gem, because I now am confident I can do that. So yeah, I do go into Nihilego now, go for Power Gem, take out this Landorus T after this thing takes poison. And now I'm gonna get a nice +1 in special attack via Beast Boost, so yeah. That's pretty clean. That crit obviously doesn't matter, because it's gonna, I mean, it was already weakened anyways. So yeah, +1 special attack. And now here he's gonna go into this thing, which has not taken any damage once again. And what I'm gonna do here is actually just stay in, because I do not want this thing to just force me to switch out and then go for Swords Dance and then sweep my team again. So I just stay in and do a lot of damage to it, which is, it's pretty nice, because he doesn't even go for Swords Dance here. So I am gonna lose Nihilego, sure, but I do get to free switch into what's it called, Rotom-H. And because he used the Z move here, that's actually even more useful, honestly, because now I don't have to worry about him going for that on my Rotom-H, which, who knows, I might not have been able to take it anyways, because looking at the HP that I have right here, it may not have been able to take it all out pummeling, honestly. But now he's just gonna go for a simple Sacred Sword, and that's not gonna KO. So now I'm just gonna go for Volt Switch, because I don't need to go for Overheat. And I do get I have to basically show him what I'm gonna send out. And I think what I send in here is actually my boy Tenebrisite. Not really. I hate Tenebrisite, but whatever. Okay, I don't hate him, but I despise him. But here he's gonna switch into Tapu Koko, and I'm going to switch out, obviously, because I don't want Tenebrisite to take any damage right now. So I'm going to go into Goldeneye, basically to sack it, because looking at how much HP it has left, I don't think it can take anything from Tapu Koko at this point. So I do let it go down. And now here I believe I switch in Rotom-H again. Yeah, I do send in Rotom-H again. What I'm going to do here is basically go for Volt Switch. I wanted to see if he can also probably switch out, thinking that I would try to go for a Overheat on it. But I don't. I'm just going to go for Volt Switch, because at this point I really don't have any reason not to go for it. Plus I can wither down the Tapu Koko if he decides to stay in. but he decides to switch into a Victini anyway. And now here I'm gonna actually get a safe switch into my Diancie here. And what I'm gonna do here with Diancie is Mega Evolve. This was risky because if that Victini had Energy Ball, I would have just lost Diancie right here. But what I'm gonna do here is go for the Rock Polish. And since this thing outspeeds me and goes for Bolt Strike, which is actually boosted by Electric Terrain, this kind of confirms to me that it's actually Choice Scar Victini. So I didn't even have to worry about it being a Z Celebrating one, because Z Celebrating one is actually really threatening. But yeah, I go for the Rock Polish. I get +2. I outspeed Scarf Victini now, and I'm able to finish it off with a Diamond Storm now as a result, which is excellent. And now here, he's just going to send out Aqua Spirit, which is the Tapu Fini. And this is why I actually went for the Rock Polish, because if I had not gone for Rock Polish and just taken out the Victini right there, he would have been having the switch advantage and would go into Tapu Koko basically. And I didn't want that. So because I have +2 speed now, he's not going to go into Tapu Koko. He's now going to bring in Tapu Fini. And I'm just going to get a nice Moonblast off on this thing. It doesn't KO, but it definitely puts it in range for my Rotom-H to just take it out, honestly. I didn't want to risk sending in Tenebricite to go for the Iron Head, because this Tenebricite doesn't have any boosting items. So I decided to go into Rotom, which did do a lot with Volt Switch the first time I used it on Tapu Fini, and I figured it would be able to take it out with this. So, and it does. So now here I just get to pivot back into Tenebricite basically, the Bisharp essentially. And here I'm going to, or he's going to go into the Tapu Koko now. And because he switched this thing in and not Mega Manectric, I was like, you know what? I'm going to switch into Rotom-H now. Because what I'm going to do here is now abuse the fact that he's carries Life Orb on that Tapu Koko and just get the damage. Like, I wear it down with its Life Orb basically. And because it survived this Thunderbolt, I was like, okay, this is good, because now it's going to take another round of Life Orb damage. So here it's going to take out Rotom-H, which is fine, because now it's weak. This Tapu Koko is weakened even further. And now here, I'm just going to send in Tenebricite now and just basically go for Sucker Punches. If he switches out, that's actually where things can get kind of complicated, but he actually decided to just go for go for the attack, and I just went for Sucker Punch. And I do take out this Tapu Koko now. Now he's in a pickle, because now it's only going to come down to whether or not I can take this thing out from full HP with the attack boost that I get from Defiant, and the fact that my Bisharp has Black Glasses, which boosts Dark type moves, which, as you can see, it is definitely enough to take out this Mega Manectric, which is excellent. Finally, I'm actually able to take out a team that has Mega Manectric in it, because I think I've already pointed out in a lot of my videos that Mega Manectric is just one of those mons that just gives me one of the biggest of headaches, honestly, because I almost have nothing for them. You guys saw that battle with Shofu where I just freaking got wrecked by that freaking Mega Manectric, because I had literally nothing for it. In fact, it was thanks to that battle that I started to incorporate Swampert and Rotom-H more into my battles, just to give that freaking Mega Manectric the slip, honestly. And it worked out pretty well in this battle. And this battle was probably the best way to show it, honestly, how that's the case. But yeah, anyways, that was a good game to Teslamouse as well. He and I actually had a lot of good battles in the past, so this is actually definitely one of the finer ones. Especially because there was a lot more plays made and a lot more thinking going on in every turn, basically. So yeah, good game once again. And thank you all for watching this battle, and hopefully you guys stay tuned for more battles. So yeah, but for now, take it easy, and I'll catch you guys later.